Hi my friends, this is Casper the Boy Diviner here today, and I want to cover this new deck that I got. It's the FEY Tarot, and I got this from a dear friend of mine. We haven't talked much, but he was so generous because he was thinking about selling this deck. It's already 15 years old, and when I took a look at it online, I think Callie Bear did a walkthrough of this long time ago. I decided, I want to take it from him, because he was offering it to me as a gift, and I thought, this deck has a history of 15 years with him, and it just felt like, I felt like I had to have it. And even though it's not usually the style that I have, I am interested in the Fae, so I thought it would be an interesting dive into this world. I already cleansed this deck with Sage, but I just wanted to do a quick first impressions and walk through with you, even though I have looked at the deck in Callie Bear's video and also by myself when I was cleansing the deck, but not super in depth. So let's dive in. The Fool. This one, this Fool is a bit creepier than what I'm used to. There's something about all the keys that are draped around him and that lock in the crown. So I'm guessing, he has the keys to unlock his mind, but he's not ready to. But because of his wide-eyed stare, it makes me feel like, he's like a little demented, I guess. The Magician, another card that I don't really super enjoy in this deck. But it gets better, I like this one. High Priestess, or the Seer, that's what they call her. The Seer with the book. Oh gosh, there's something wrong with my camera's autofocus, so I apologize for that in advance. The Empress. How she's sweetly holding onto that creature. Really cute. You can see how big she is, compared to the castle and everything. The Emperor floating in space. The Wisest instead of the Hierophant. I kind of like that, because in fairy tales they often talk about, the wisest in the land instead of some sort of priest. The Lovers. I really enjoy this one because it's a coming together of two opposite creatures, right? A creature of the air and a creature of the earth. This is also depicted in the back, which is reversible. The Chariot. This is cute. So you can see that the Fae in this deck are not really like a fairy. They might be fairy creatures. They range from large sizes to small sizes. Strength. Super cute. The Hermit. I like the confusing nature of all the stairs and the strange little creatures. This Hermit seems less of a hermit that is exploring the outside, but a hermit that has really is sort of a shut-in for so long that he has found so many new things that he doesn't know how to keep track of it. He doesn't know how to share it with the world. The Wheel. I love that it's a young Fae and an old Fae both building this wheel together in a way with blocks. They're playing that game of life, Justice. Not too sure what to make of this too much. The Hanged Man. He's in the water, which I think is pretty good, because in the traditional tarot, the Hanged Man is water, right? Death. I love the heterochromia of the eyes. I don't know if I pronounced that wrong. You're playing chess, some sort of round chess. Temperance. I love the serene look of this woman's face. The Devil, which is super cute. I like the Devil, he's so cute. Even though he's wrecking everything. But he doesn't know that, right? He doesn't know that he's wrecking everything. The Tower. The Tower here is falling apart from the bottom up, which is really interesting if you think about it. Like, the foundation is like the one that rots first. The Star. Beautiful. I love the three planets that appear, the moon. This feels so moon. I really enjoy this this moon. You know, the traditional RWS doesn't have a figure in a way for everything, but I really enjoy these figures that embody the moon. And look at the sun. Another one that I really enjoy. You can literally feel, not literally, you can figuratively feel the sun shining down on this person, on this Fae. Judgment. This is one of the first human beings you can see, but her muses are around her, right? And Judgment is that sort of wake-up call to face that call of the great work. The world. This reminds you that in every small piece of the world lies another world, you know? As above, so below. And then now we go on to the wands. If you enjoy my walkthrough, please leave a like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Yeah, and I think maybe before I go into the wands, maybe I should read a quick description. I wanted to try to do this more for my walkthroughs because I often skip it, but I feel like I should read the description of the FEY Tarot. So just a quick summary. A human world which is characterized by the constant struggle of to have versus to be. This struggle does not belong to the Fae creatures, which are concentrated on being. So this whole deck is really about being. By observing each Fae, we look at ourselves beyond the mirror of appearance. And then she really covers joy and magic in the little white book. So it is quite interesting. You can see that one of the spreads that she has is called Dream, Joy and Magic, which is quite interesting for such a deck. Okay, I'm going to continue with the Ace of Wands. I hope you didn't mind that little... I really enjoy this Ace of Wands. You know, that nurturing feeling, that fact that you are building something on yourself and you're supporting your own dream. Someone looking out of their nest, thinking about how they want to approach moving forwards. The Three of Wands, looking at your things come to fruition. The Four of Wands, a celebration. Beautiful adornments on that tree. Five of Wands, this is so interesting. This has none of the conflict that you see in the Five of Wands. I'm going to take a look at the little white book to see what she intended, what the artist intended. I'm trying to see the artist here now. By Riccardo Minetti and Mara Agam. The Five of Wands, struggle, training, friendly competition, physical ability, and practice. So I guess this is like the friendly competition instead of that kind of a struggle that they tend to have. Six. Usually when I see Six of Wands, I see victory, but here it says herald, messenger, foreigner, bearer of news, and honorable rival, which is so interesting. I've not seen these things, but now it's in my head because of this deck. I feel like I might be able to resonate better. Seven of Wands, pretty typical, but instead of fighting downwards, this person's fighting upwards. So I feel like this has that feeling of maybe imaginary enemies. You know, RuPaul likes to call this your inner saboteur, which is often laughed about, but we all have it. So, you know, we need to face it. The Eight of Wands, swiftness, diving through the trees and branches. Nine of Wands, this is less of a weary defensiveness, but a proper defensiveness and alert defensiveness. 10 of Wands, this is adorable. And this has also positive connotations compared to the other one because this has fruit, so it's kind of your fruit of your labor has grown beyond what you can actually handle. I really hope you guys can hear what I'm saying because I'm putting my mic in a candle house, so it might actually explain why you can't hear me that clearly, or you know, but I have to do this because the fan is too loud otherwise. Okay, the Knave of Wands. I think the court cards are not one of the strong suits of this deck. I don't really super enjoy the court cards here. I do like the knights though, all the knights, because they have really cute steeds. Like this one. Queen of Wands. She's pregnant and I don't really see that in the Queen of Wands, but you know, the King of Wands, I enjoy this King of Wands actually. He's cute. He's, you know, with his closed eyes. He seems happy. I like the aces though. The aces in this deck is beautiful. All beautiful. Ace of Swords. How she's summoning that sword, you know, out of her mind. The Two of Swords, one of my favorite cards in this deck as well. It has the moon, as per the RWS. It has that blindedness. Three of Swords. You can see from this expression that heartbreak and the sword in the center of their being, forever there. Four of Swords, you know, lying in wait. So instead of just resting, there's a lying in wait kind of feeling, getting ready, because she's putting on her camel. You know, Five of Swords. This is so interesting. I don't know how to put this with the RWS. There's a wistfulness about her, you know, as she sits on a large sword, waiting. I'm gonna take a look at the little white book now. Melancholy, reflection, acceptance of things, realism, free thought. Melancholy, I do see that. I don't see that in the traditional RWS, so this could be very specific to this deck. The Five of Swords, is that melancholy? I guess if you are the person behind, it could be, but usually I read the Five of Swords as you're the person in front taking the swords away. Anyway, the Six of Swords, in a boat. Pretty typical, which is good. I like typical. Seven of Swords, I love this card. She's an assassin, you can tell. She can blend into the environment, she surprises you, she's going to take something away from you. So this is really similar to the Seven of Swords, just a bit more sinister. Because she hasn't taken it away, she's getting ready, you know. Eight of Swords, being bound. But she's not blinded, and I feel like this fate, she doesn't look like she's struggling, she looks like she has accepted her fate. I guess this is also telling you about how you shouldn't give in like that. The Nine of Swords, I love this one. There's something about the back, you know, in this deck, the backs of the Fae, that really attract me. The Ten of Swords, you know, this deck did endgame before endgame even came out. I love that. The Knave of Swords. I feel like the knaves are the weakest part of the deck. The Knight of Swords, Daenerys. Fairy Daenerys. The Queen of Swords. The King of Swords. I like this one. So maybe the queens and the knaves are the weakest. I don't really resonate with them so far yet. But this one, yes, the King of Swords. He looks so, you know, like he has been through some shit. Which I appreciate, because most of the kings sometimes feel a bit high up on their horse or high up in the sky. They don't understand. The Ace of Chalices. Two of Chalices. Oh, I love this card. Simple enjoyment of each other's company. The Three of Chalices, I like this one. This reminds me a bit of the Three Fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Four of Chalices. Happily on the swing, just living their life. Five of Chalices. There's a more of a sneaky kind of feeling from this instead of just regret. This person looks happy that they did something. I'm gonna take a look at the little white book. I do feel like all the five so far has been a bit different. Loss, joy of losing. There's a joy in losing. That's what they're saying. Joy of losing, recovering what was valuable, understanding the right proportions. This is different from anything I know. Okay, the Six of Chalices. I do feel like this has that kind of childhood feeling, because it is a child and all the eggs kind of represent that kind of youngness. The Seven of Chalices, illusion. What is real, what is not. Eight of Chalices, yeah, just a different viewpoint. The Nine of Chalices, I don't like this card because it doesn't tell me anything. Honestly, this was one of the cards that made me think maybe I shouldn't get the deck. But I really enjoyed the rest of the imagery. But this one keeps coming up to me for some reason in a way that I don't. Maybe it's an expression. So I'm trying to read now and I'm seeing that it's drunkenness in a way. So I guess this is why there's that sense here. But I don't see that overabundance in that sense. But Ten of Chalices, yeah, beautiful. The traditional rainbow is here, which I appreciate. Okay, Knave of Chalices. This is one of the knaves that I do enjoy. Knight of Chalices. Queen of Chalices. I feel like the facial expressions on the queens are all a bit not as active, but I guess it makes some sort of sense because they're in the water of the suit. King of Chalices. Okay, and we'll move on to that last suit, the Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. I don't really see that balance here, I guess. But I see this more of an offering. I'm going to take a quick look at the lower white book again. Two, news, messages, growth. ties between the small and large, the material and the spiritual. So I see that, that they're offering kind of feeling, but I don't see that in the usual Two of Pentacles. So this deck does deviate a little. The Three of Pentacles. Working hard, creating something with a bit of teamwork. You see the gecko on his side and maybe a supervisor behind. The Four of Pentacles. Instead of owning the possessions that is in the RWS, I love this because in a way that the possessions clearly own the person here. The Five of Pentacles, the lonely poor creature outside. I love the change in perspective where they've changed it to being inside. So there's some sort of exclusion, or the comfort of inclusion at the expense of someone else. The Six of Pentacles, I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. The giving nature. And no one is put down here. No one is begging for anything, which I really enjoy. The Seven of Pentacles, waiting for things to come to fruition. Checking the deck again, the little white book, because I do feel like it's a bit different because he's not actually waiting and looking at what's coming to fruit. So it does say something different. It says unnoticed wealth, peace and no worries. Interesting. So I do feel like maybe they take a bit of numerology from here, but 7 is not really, I don't know. 8 of Pentacles, hard work. The 9 of Pentacles, another one I don't super enjoy. I don't know why. But the 10 of Pentacles is beautiful. There's a sort of gathering here. The Knave of Pentacles, I love this one. Okay, so the knaves are not really super weak, I guess. There are 2 of them that I like. The Knight of Pentacles, as usual, so cute. The Queen of Pentacles, which is also pictured on the box. And the King of Pentacles, one of the most handsome creatures in this deck. I really enjoy the King of Pentacles. He's so stern though. He's so stern compared to the usual Pentacles. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough that I have for you guys with the FEY Tarot. I don't know if you can still get it. I will put down in the description box if there are links on Amazon to this deck. And yeah, I think that's all. I don't know if I want to do a quick draw for you guys now because I'm not super familiar with the deck. Let me know if in future you want to see things like that, okay? And you guys have a great rest of the day. You take care. Bye!